Justin Bieber and Diddy, another resurfaced video that's going viral again. And allegedly, this was after Justin Bieber dropped his Yummy video, which allegedly a lot of people think it's about Diddy. I don't know, here it is. So see, somebody said this interview was after he dropped Yummy. Diddy found out it's about him, and he definitely no. Which, who knows?
Me and my family, we both just are so grateful that you and I get to stay home and be with our loved ones and be with our family while they go in and day out and do what they do. So I appreciate them, and I know that that's your same heart as well. So
yeah, no doubt. Those are great words. I feel when I'm listening to you, because I've known you for such a long time, and I feel the Lord speaking through you when you speak nowadays. And your words really mean a lot. And shout out to the healthcare workers, shout out to you and Haley.
Bro, why is he shaking his head like that?
And absolutely, I'm so honored to be on this call. You know, I respect you so much. I always have, always will. What you've done to this planet, who you are, and what you do for your family is something to be commendable. And people look up to you all around the world. So I just want to say thank you for your encouragement to me. Obviously, what you mean to the world is so special, but obviously to the Black community and what you're doing right now, I just want to say raising awareness for the Black community.
Okay. I don't think he's happy to be a part of the family.
My security and stuff were coming into the room at night to check my pulse. Like, people don't know how serious.
So P. Diddy broke Justin Bieber's virginity.
Yeah. You won't believe what the Simpsons might have known about Diddy and Justin Bieber. The streets are saying there's some major tea brewing about these celebs. And it's not the sweet kind, we're talking alleged Rooney, y'all. But here's the gag: the Simpsons might have spilled this tea years ago. You know how the yellow cartoon family sometimes seems to predict the future? Well, they might have done it again, but this time it's way more serious than just guessing who's going to be president. We're talking about some dark Hollywood secrets that'll make your jaw drop. This tea is so hot it might just change how you see your fave celebs and that yellow cartoon family forever. Like, are the Simpsons some kind of crystal ball for celeb drama? Or do they know something we don't? Either way, this story is about to get real messy real quick.
I just want to say, I know a lot of people want to hear these stories and everything like that, because this is stuff that happened back in the day. And then maybe that if they knew there was going to ever be a YouTube, or they knew there was going to ever be social media, a lot of the stuff probably wouldn't have got played out like it did. But things happen, and these are just stories from the past. I would like to use that as, what you call that, just to clear the facts up what's going on. But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff, and he's in the exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there, and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey, yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs, and he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like, he gave the guy a stack, something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina. So later on that, I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm hearing at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah, so then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bruh, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them. He was like, yo, I don't care, man, I'm going in there. That bull like that. I said, yo, bruh, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed it and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well, you know, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on. So I was like, oh, he said it was a lot of freaking going on. So that was basically that story, man. You know what I'm saying? They went back in the room. Dude felt a certain kind of way and he left out. So I seen them at the concert the next day and they tried to, you know, form up against me. But my man Frank was like, I told my man Frank, I was like, yo, Frank, put yourself in that position. Somebody trying to get in the room and Ja told you don't let nobody get in the room. What would you do? Now y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, man, but you know I ain't taking no losses. He said, yo, you good, and that was it. Bruh, when Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind. What they was doing with those butt plugs.
Right.
Now hold up, what if I told you the Simpsons might have spilled this tea years ago? We're about to break down a cartoon scene that's giving major Diju vibes to this Diddy Bieber drama. How did those yellow folks know? And what else are they hiding? Let's rewind to season 23, episode 11 of The Simpsons, titled The Do Shaw Network. In this episode, there's a scene that's got everyone talking. It shows a young pop star getting cozy with an older music mogul, and girl, the resemblance is uncanny. The cartoon pop star, he's got that signature beaver swoop and purple hoodie, and the older guy, he's rock a look that screams Diddy from the shades to the bling. There in a recording studio with the older character giving the younger one some career advice, but the way he's standing so close, touching the kid's shoulder, it's giving major creep vibes. Now, here's where it gets real spooky. This episode aired in 2012, way before any of these allegations about Diddy and Bieber came to light. It's like The Simpsons had a crystal ball or something, but girl, this ain't the first time they pulled this prediction stunt. Remember when they showed Donald Trump As president, that was back in 2016, years before it actually happened. Or how about that time they predicted Disney buying Fox? The list goes on and on. It's like the writers of The Simpsons got some kind of inside track on the future.
Now to Sean Diddy Combs' investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. 1, 2, 3.
A day earlier, Combs seen out and about in New York with his family, seemingly in good spirits. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. At the center of the case, this 2016 video obtained by CNN that depicts Combs attacking his then-girlfriend, the singer Cassie, and then dragging her back toward a hotel room. Federal prosecutors said the video is powerful evidence of how dangerous the hip-hop mogul could be to women, part of why 2 different federal judges denied him bail.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
Combs, who lived in this $50 million Miami mansion, is now in an isolated unit of a federal jail in Brooklyn known for miserable conditions.
The special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, a belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3 staff members escorting them.
But let's get back to this Diddy Bieber situation. The parallels between the cartoon and real life are giving me chills. In the show, the older character is talking about investing in young talent and shaping the future of music. Sound familiar? That's the same kind of language that's used when talking about his GS and the young cartoon star. He's all wide-eyed and innocent, soaking up every word, just like how Bieber was when he first hit the scene. It's like The Simpsons took a snapshot of what was happening behind closed doors in the music industry and put it right on our TV screens. But here's the million-dollar question. How did they know? Were the Simpsons writers just really good at reading between the lines of Hollywood gossip? Or do they have some kind of insider info that the rest of us weren't privy to? The streets are saying it might be a little bit of both. See, a lot of the shows, writers have connections in Hollywood. They've worked on other shows. They've rubbed elbows with celebs at parties. It's not a stretch to think they might have heard some whispers about what was really going down in the music bid. Plus, let's be real, the whole older mentor young PRG dynamic in the entertainment industry has always been a little sus. The Simpsons might have just been calling it out in their own satirical way, but the fact that they nailed so many specific details, that's what's got people shook.
When they did that raid, you understand? What they did was, prior to the raid, they reviewed that civil lawsuit. And that civil lawsuit told, Cassie's civil lawsuit was LeRod had already did it. LeRod hadn't did his yet, did he? Did LeRod do his lawsuit before the raid or after the raid?
Oh, before.
Yeah, so what they did was they reviewed both of those civil lawsuits and found that there was some criminal activity in those lawsuits. We spoke that on Art of Dialogue. We spoke about that on your show. I said if they really wanted him, all they had to do was review those civil lawsuits. And once they find the criminal activity in those, they could bring them in. Now, did the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Miami do it? No, they didn't. Did California do it? No, they did not. The Southern District of New York, they took it upon themselves and put on that raid and everything based on the information they found in Cassie lawsuit and the information they found in Little Rod lawsuit. But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
You thought The Simpsons just had the scoop on Diddy and Bieber. That's cute. What if I told you this cartoon's been exposing Hollywood's dark side for years? And trust, it goes way deeper than you think. Let's connect some dots, because this tea is about to get scalding hot. The Simpsons didn't just accidentally stumble onto the Diddy Bieber situation. Now this show's been serving up piping hot Hollywood tea for decades, and we've all been sipping it without even realizing. Think about it, the entertainment industry's always had this creepy uncle vibe with older execs and stars getting way too cozy with young talent. It's like an open secret that nobody wants to talk about, but The Simpsons, they've been putting it all out there loud and proud. Remember that episode where they showed a washed-up child star living in a cardboard box? Or how about when they had that fictional boy band with the creepy manager? It's like they've been trying to tell us something. All along the streets are saying The Simpsons writers might have some serious insider info, like maybe they're at all those Hollywood parties, hearing all the whispers and seeing all the shady stuff going down. Or maybe they've got friends in high places spilling all the tea.
Yeah, the feds revealed that, anybody that, participated in any, criminal behavior at his freak-offs, they're going to pursue.
Listen here. The mayor here take like 15 spoons of sugar in his coffee. So it's all a possibility.
Do you think it's any celebrities on them tapes?
Bro, he gave celebrity parties. So what you think? I think they're not telling the whole truth, is that because of the situation in Miami and the situation in California, and they closed the clubs like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and something like that, that Justin and Christian was bringing big vans of girls and people back to the mansion and giving parties and stuff like that. And a lot of those stuff were their parties. A lot of that shit was their parties. They wasn't always Puff parties. It was his son's parties.
Good point. They said some of these freak-offs will last for days.
That's where they're gonna get him on the sex trafficking thing. Especially like if he was traveling and doing it. That's where the sex trafficking come at. That you hiring sex workers to come and have sex with your girl? That's crazy. That's some Hollywood shit that I don't even know, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But they also claiming that, Diddy, he'll give ecstasy to his victims to keep them obedient.
Then they have to bring those witnesses in there. That's gonna be something hard to prove. Unless Lil Rob or Cassie state that was something that happened. That's how the prosecutor's gonna prove that. They got a ton of evidence that they gotta try to prove, bro. A lot of that that if you read it, it could be circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta have witness to back it up. You just can't say that that happened based on somebody lawsuit and what the words that they're saying. They have to have witnesses in there. And I think Puff lawyers is gonna be smart enough to attack that.
Right. And they claiming that Diddy, he was blackmailing his victims because he had videos from old freak-offs and he was using those videos to get his victims to do another freak-off. So,
if he was blackmailing people, especially people that work for him, see, this is what it's gonna get him at. See, people think that, those people work for him, or those people, if they was artists and they worked for him, or they were engineers, or they anybody that worked for them and stuff like that, your boss cannot blackmail you to do nothing. If you do a sexual act or you doing anything, your boss, if he have you doing those things like that, then he could be liable for suit. Because you're not doing it willingly. Because that individual is your boss. So psychologically, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say, that when somebody has something over you, could determine your job, your career, your livelihood, that's somewhat of a blackmail if they holding stuff that they've done, that you've done in the past, over your head to make you continually doing that stuff. Now, that's where he loses at. Because some of those people work for him, or he was a part of doing something. They was part of doing something for their career with him.
But here's where it gets real spooky. What if The Simpsons isn't just a cartoon? What if it's like a whole secret code, exposing Hollywood's dirty laundry right under our noses? It's like they're using humor to hide the truth in plain sight. And it's not just about grooming. The Simpsons has touched on all kinds of Hollywood. Remember when they showed that movie star who was secretly a robot girl? That could be a whole metaphor for how some celebs are just manufactured products controlled by their teens. Or how about all those times they've shown stars having meltdowns or getting caught in scandals? It's like they're giving us a behind-the-scenes look at what really goes down in Tinseltown. Now I know what you're thinking, but it's just a cartoon challenge. That's exactly what they want you to think by disguising it as comedy. The Simpsons can get away with spilling all kinds of tea without getting sued or shut down. And let's be real, this isn't the first time a TV show's been accused of knowing too much. Remember all those conspiracy theories about predictive programming? People swear some shows are put out there to prepare us for real events. But The Simpsons takes it to a whole new level. They're not just predicting the future, they're exposing the present. It's like they're holding up a mirror to Hollywood, showing us all the ugly parts we don't want to see. So what does this mean for us fans? It means we might need to start paying closer attention to our fave yellow family. Every joke, every background gag, every seemingly random plot point could be hiding some serious truth. And it's not just about exposing the bad guys. The Simpsons might also be showing us who the real heroes are in Hollywood, like maybe those characters who seem all weird and quirky are actually based on the good folks trying to change things from the inside.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So
now you're probably wondering, what does this mean for Diddy, Justin? And all of us fans, the tea is about to go from simmering to straight up boiling, and nobody's safe. You think you know your fave stars. Now just wait, the streets are buzzing with reactions to these wild allegations about Diddy and Bieber, and the Simpsons connection is blowing everyone's mind. Celebs are scrambling to distance themselves. PR teams are working overtime, and social media is exploding with hot takes. Some stars are playing a cool, acting like they don't know nothing. Others are straight up shook, canceling appearances. and going radio silent. But a few brave souls are starting to speak up, hinting that they've seen some shady stuff go down in the industry. And the fans, bro, they're torn. Some are ride or die defending their faves to the death. Others are feeling betrayed, questioning everything they thought they knew about their idols. It's like finding out your best friend's been lying to you for years. But here's where it gets real. If these allegations turn out to be true, we're talking major consequences. We're not just talking about canceled tours or drop sponsorships. We're talking legal trouble, jail time, and careers going up in flames for Diddy. It could mean the end of his empire, all those businesses, all that influence gone in a snack. And for Bieber, this could explain a lot about his past behavior and struggles. But it could also mean a long, hard road to rebuilding his image and career.
It was a surprise to me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, when you see Puff, it's kind of a surprise. But like I told my brother, man, you know, he was telling me he don't think Puff gonna get locked up. I say, bitch, they got Chapo. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you earlier, they got Chapo. They could put Chapo under the ground. They could hire Puff. But it's just long overdue. Like for a while, it made me kind of question, like, damn, you know. It's to the point where it felt like they forced the feds to do their job. He forced the feds to do their job, because if they didn't do it, everybody looking at them like, what, do you motherfuckers exist? You know what I'm saying? Like, he done got away with too much, but you gotta understand this, right? A lot of stuff Puffy going through, and I don't wish bad on him. Like, before this transpired, I had a lot of hatred toward him, but it was about financial reasons. When it comes to this subject, it's very sensitive to me because it's a lot of victims in here. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's still somebody's father. You know what I'm saying? So, but we make our own bed, man. And for a long time, a lot of people, I want him to understand that a lot of people was hurt because you couldn't live your truth. Everything he going through right now is because he couldn't let go. He couldn't let go. Having a position of power over street niggas, and also being who he is. The more who he was, he had to show more aggression. That's like when I sucked my thumb. When I grew up, the reason people might think I'm tough and right is transpired because when I was in a place to sucking my thumb, I knew I had to go extra hard for you to know not to play with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, it made me turn it to somebody else because you might take a perception of me sucking my thumb. You might think I'm soft, you might think I'm gay, anything, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like with him. If people know his secrets, because believe one thing about it, you know, and that's with all these rappers. Somebody know your secrets. You might be you and Puffy getting, you know, because Puffy, I can imagine he approached these guys who going through financial situations, these rappers who get themselves, start making a lot of money, then when things don't be hot no more, you fall back on people like him. He prey on you. And what he do is, he offer you things to keep up a lifestyle. You can imagine Puffy, Playboy. You know, Playboy, don't worry about that, man. I can get us, come with me to the island, Playboy. You gonna chill with me. Won't be no security guards, no nothing. Won't nobody know about your business. Hey, don't worry about that. I'll wire that, Playboy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of rappers out here that got secrets because they fell into them situations with Puffy. And I know this personally. Like, I know personally, but like I say, a lot of stuff that I know, like I knew a lot of stuff that came out this week we was talking about. I was like, man, I been knew that. I been knew about the girl that came out. She was just afraid to tell her story for a long time. Like I knew, when you're in a circle, like the band is like a, you know what I'm saying? So things that transpired in their band, because they work with people that we worked with, you know what I'm saying? It gets back to us. And not only that, I done been on the phone call and hear people explaining their situations, crying about, you know, situations. And it only gonna get worse. Like I was telling people, like it's hard to say because I don't want to spoil what's coming up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say this. Like I said, it gets deeper and deeper, and the more that come out, the more intriguing the story gonna be. All I want to tell people is, when that Netflix series come out, it's a rapper coming out with a Netflix series. I won't say no name. I don't want to spoil it for him. I'm not a friend of his. I don't want to, you know, spoil something he got going on. But I will say this: he's doing a phenomenal job. to the point where I was in awe. You get what I'm saying? I was presented the opportunity to work with him, but you know, like I said, the money wasn't enough for me to leave my couch. But he doing a phenomenal job, man. There's so many people that's hurt behind this. There's so many people that got, it's guys that that can't come out because of their image. You know what I'm saying? That'll make your eyes go, like, whoa. I know about the slams, the Stevie J's. I know I'm in a circle. I know about y'all. Y'all confirm. You don't got, but see, even with Stevie J, you know, when you got secrets out there of a lifestyle and you know the lifestyle you really living, it's a community out there that really know you. You can't hide from them. You can come play tough to us because we don't hear nothing about it. We don't hang around the same crowds. They know you. They know what you and Puffy was going on, not just Stevie J, I'm just saying anybody. If you're in that community and you trying to hide something, you can hide it from the street dudes and the thugs and the regular, but they know you. And that's what a lot of rappers was facing. That's why a lot of them can't defend themselves. You hear them, they be, they can't really say no because they know somebody know you. Somebody know for a fact. Somebody was there with y'all. Somebody he confided in, like as a best friend. You know what I'm saying? That know these rapper secrets. You can imagine being propositioned by Puffy like that though, right? Like, you f***ed up. And he could fly you to a private island and get rid of the security and give you, wire you $1 million or 20. Or make sure that you get this endorsement deal. That's how easy it is for him to gain leverage over people. Come on, man, you got 1,000 bottles waiting. Thought what, 10,000, 5,000, some shit like that? Who you, my boy, that's a lot of back busting, you hear me? That's too much. I was like, wait, what? It's like you ran a chain of operation, you got an operation of just back busting. Like, what are y'all, like, it's not, bro, you 50. Can you even get up that much, bro? Like, you that turned on? Like, bro, baby oil? People use baby oil and shit. Well, see, that's a whole nother situation. That's a whole nother community. They got their own little. I was like, baby oil. I was like, what baby oil for? What do you rub each other down, getting shiny and shit? Then it hit me. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. My boy was loose with it. But no, man. Prayers to Diddy, man. Prayers to him, man. You know, I don't want to kick him out. I just ain't that kind of dude. I'm getting mine. Like I say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. It's a lot of Bible passages that pass through this dude life that was it whatever in the dark shall come to the light. That's one we living out right now. It's one he living out more than us. Because for so long, you gotta imagine having that money and that power, secrets. He's literally assaulting men. You get what I mean? Like, it may be common nowadays, but for a man to walk up and slap your ass or let me get your number or come to my hotel room, that's not normal. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my lifetime for no man to approach you like that. And he's done it several times. I just pray for his daughters, man. And all the people around him who was protected for so long, you gotta come outside right now. The Stevie J's, you still wanna fight? You still wanna fight Stevie J? To put up the Notre Dame dudes. You still wanna fight 50, homie? I don't think so. Now, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, back to what I was saying about, that's why they act so tough. They act so tough because they know there's whispers about them. So when I see you in person, I gotta show you, I'll f you up, I'm gangster, I'm this and that. That's an act, man. Real gangster can see through all that shit. All I say is Puffy should have just lived his life, man. You still could have been on top of the world, enjoy you. It's a world full of love. What's wrong with you living a world full of love? Even if you loving men, you full of love, bro. You ain't gotta try to come over here and maintain a character that force you to be a monster. Cause you wanna be on top, you wanna control monsters, you want gangsters to respect you, you still wanna be able to slap a nigga in his mouth. You can't do both.
And it's not just about them. This whole mess could blow the lid off the music industry's darkest secrets. We might be looking at a domino effect with more and more stars getting exposed for their shady dealings. But let's talk about us fans for a sec. How are we supposed to feel about all this? It's like finding out your favorite childhood memory was all a lie. Do we keep supporting these stars? Do we cancel them? And what about all the music and movies we love? Can we ever enjoy them the same way again? And then there's The Simpsons. If they really did know about all this, it changes everything. Are we going to start watching every episode with a magnifying glass, looking for more hidden messages? And what about the writers? Are they going to start getting some heat for not speaking up sooner? This whole situation is making us question everything we thought we knew about fame, talent, and the price of success. It's like we're seeing behind the curtain for the first time, and it ain't pretty. But maybe, just maybe, there's a silver lining here. Maybe this is the wake-up call the industry needs. Maybe it'll lead to better protection for young stars, more transparency, and a whole new era of accountability in Hollywood. Or maybe it'll just make us all a little more cynical, a little less starstruck. Either way, things are never going to be the same. We're going to be side-eyeing every mentor-pro-Jew relationship in the biz from now on.
And I knew about this stuff, but you can't prove it, and it's not my job to fucking try to bash Puffy, because where I was coming from was a place of hate. So everything I said would have been taken, but I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. You go back to my old interviews. All this stuff that's coming out right now, I'm so happy. It's more. It's more. But I'm so happy it finally came out. A lot of stuff people don't understand Puffy endured. A lot of stuff Puffy went through as when he was younger. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I say, when this DVD come out, y'all check it out, man. We watched the icon fall. And a lot of people don't understand it's like a changing of the guards. That's all it is. Like, they stayed around, they played the game a little too long. And this is how God works. It's like hip hop is independent, the music is independent, the owning of your masters is independent. It's a new changing of the guard. And all the old parasites is just falling off one by one. Because they never had talent, they just leashed on to the talent. Let me tell you what Puffy was. And what a lot of them is, they mediators. What they call them, mediators, right? Where you gotta they go-betweens. So you got the Leos who scared to approach the thugs like that. But Diddy from that world, so I could intermediate. I could get percentages from negotiating and making this deal, but you gotta give up that butt. You gotta give up that butt and royalties. And I can change your family life. You know why? Because he had to give up that butt. People don't understand. That's the reason. That's why it's the reason Puffy don't want to give nobody, any artist he deal with, he'll tell you, I'm making it hard for you. I had to do this. He wants you to endure it. He endured. And I felt bad in a sense because he was only trying to feed his family. You get what I'm saying? And he became a victim, and it turned him into a monster just trying to hide his own secrets and not living his truth. And now he in prison just from all this comes from one man not living his truth. I swear to God. Had Puffy just been who he is at heart, it might have been a few jokes. We joked about RuPaul. He's still a boss. You get what I'm saying? I feel bad for the people that got hurt trying to hide his secrets. All the people that been victimized, all the people that been put under the influence so they don't remember certain things because of who he is. And as long as you're under the influence, it ruins your credibility of speaking about anything. So I can understand why he probably kept drugs in the party. You get what I'm saying? All this behavior falls in line behind one thing, trying to hide secrets. So now you gotta use this to cover that. And now this makes you cover for that. And it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It never stops. It's a cycle. That's why I don't live in fear. I don't hide secrets. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't do none of that. I live for God. Man, you live that way, your ass ain't gotta worry about nothing. You know one thing that's crazy to me though, because I know him, is me picturing them in a cell. And that made me feel a little bad. That's the only thing, like, I don't like the nigga or whatever, I still got love for the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be in here right now if it wasn't for that dude. Regardless of what, it was 40,000 people. He had to hear something from me. He had to hear my talent. He had to pick me out. He had to learn my personality. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always easy to deal with me every day too. They used to have shit on the motherfucking refrigerator. We had like notes of what people, when people come in the house, they'll know, you know, what to deal with or whatever. On the notes, they'll be like, let Fred sleep an extra 45 minutes. Like, this nigga is like, cause when I woke up, you know, I had a bad attitude and I used to get up or whatever, but they done did too much. They did a lot to help me get where I ain't gonna say where I'm at in life, cause really it's like, where am I? I'm 40, I don't own the properties or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand, oh, why you blaming Puffy? I'm not blaming Puffy, I'm blaming Puffy. I can't get time back. I dedicated my time to a situation to provide for my family, which I'm talking about when I was into it, I never went home like everybody got to go home on the weekends. I was the furthest away. So I was really dedicated to changing my situation. I was really dedicated and showed love to a person who I felt like in the end what I learned was only playing with us, and it made me react a certain way. But that don't mean I hate him.
Let's break this tea down one last time. The Simpsons might have known about Diddy and Bieber's situation years ago, and they've been exposing Hollywood's dark side for decades. This ain't just about predicting the future. It's about revealing what's already happening behind closed doors. Think about it. Are these yellow cartoon characters really psychic, or do they just have them inside scoop on Tinseltown's dirtiest secrets? The streets are saying it's more than just lucky guesses. It's like The Simpsons is Hollywood's conscience, showing us all the mess we don't want to see. So what's the real truth behind that yellow curtain? Are they predicting the future or just telling us what's already going down? If this tea has you shook, you better hit that subscribe button. Trust you don't want to miss what we spill next.